Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 73 of the Casual Weeb podcast. Honestly, devastating week this week in anime. I mean, Taco Peak had its episode 6 finale. Honestly, so good, so sad, so all over the place. What an incredible fucking anime. I did hear that it is like the only anime to ever have like every episode be above a 9 rating. To be fair, it had 6 fucking episodes. I saw that, I'm like, guys, that's cool. It had 6 episodes. We gotta remember that. People are like,
yeah, true.
It's the highest rated anime of all time. I'm like, 6 episodes. Let's see if there's gonna be a season 2 or more to it to see if it can like follow up on that, because I have no idea. The manga's still ongoing, so there's more to this story. This story's not over. It made it seem like it was a series finale, not a season. But anyways, tons of fucking anime to talk about. What a phenomenal week, and tons of stuff dropping. Next week, we are going to be dropping the podcast like always every Tuesday. Also, the Netflix edition, the Netflix special version of it, because Sakamoto's and Summer Car died. Phenomenal. And, of course, everyone's so happy when we do these. We're doing a tier list, a mid-season tier list, because these animes are all so fucking good. We're like, dude, how can you compare them? You can't. So we're going to. And it's going to be a mess. People are going to get upset, and it's going to be awesome. So you're looking forward to that. Check that out. It's going to be great. It's going to be a ton of fun. I actually cannot wait. But we got to talk about Takopi first. I mean, holy fuck. Like, absolutely incredible.
Dude, I gotta say, even though it was only 6 episodes, like, kind of feels short in, like, such a packed season of anime. That was one of the best things I've probably ever watched. Like,
yeah.
Not like a huge critic with too many things, but this was, like, very moving and emotional, and I thought it had a really good ending. Taco Peak is the perfect word for it. I loved it. Kind of sad it's over, but I didn't know that the manga was still ongoing, so there might be more. We might follow the girls as they get older, because they were a little bit older at the end, but... yeah, 10 out of 10, dude. Definitely one of the best things I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure it's still ongoing, because a lot of people are, like, talking about it, how the manga is amazing, how they love it, and it seems like it was, like, ongoing, and, like, there's still more to it. So, like, I do think that we will see more content about it, and people were saying it's a season finale, like, not the series. So, maybe
okay, true.
we follow back with them some more, or it's one of those things where we learn more about, like, Takopi. You know what I mean? Takopi's, like, species. Maybe another one of them comes back down to Earth, you know, and we kind of get that story. I don't know, like, what Takopi is exactly, I guess. Like, he's, like, from Happy World. I don't fucking know. But it could follow more with that. But, yeah, dude, that was absolutely devastating. It's insane how hard it hit. You know what I mean? And how great it was and what it did for what it is. You know, like, these depressing genres, like, these animes are fucking amazing, to be honest. You're not going to thank me for it. You're going to hate me for it. But if you did like Takopi's Original Sin, you're like, dude, I want something like this again. One Direct Priority, like, holy crap. Kind of around like, the same idea. It's devastating. It's really sad. But I'm trying to think, like, when's the last time we had something of this genre be so popular? Because that's the thing, it's not just highly rated. People are talking about it in this stacked season. So it's like, I'm thinking, like, July and April. You know what I mean? Like, I think Takopi's Original Sin is, like, once in, like, 10 years. Like, absolutely incredible. I think that they did fucking phenomenal. And yeah, like, that ending was really, really good.
Dude, so good. You're right. It actually has been a while since I feel like we've had one of these, like, significantly darker animes be so popular. Because some of that stuff, you know, feels more niche. And there's different genres like that. But, yeah, to have this be so, like, in the mix or, like, at the forefront of, again, such a packed season is really, really impressive. And I think speaks to how good it is. And now that, you know, we got all 6 episodes... I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more people go to it and like maybe binge it and knock it out or at the end of the season. So I definitely think it'll stay popular, but yeah, just all the way through a really good story. And like even the timing in the last episode when Takopi like commits, like damn, that was really, really, really good.
Dude, okay, like that last scene though, where like they both see Takopi's like drawing and they're like what is that? And they keep like talking about it, like that thing seems like it's like really fucking annoying. Like it doesn't stop talking, but it's like it's always there. You know what I mean? Like it's always like, it's like yeah, and like the way that they bonded over that. Like I like how we had like 2 different stories, right? Where it was like it was the MCs and then the blonde girls like side or part or time with Takopi, and then right because we had Shizuka in the beginning, and then we saw that he actually came to Earth originally for the blonde girl. Was it Monica? I think her name is. I forget. But and then he ends up like going back in time. That's where he ends up being with Shizuka. It was cool that those 2 plot lines merged at the end. You know what I mean? And they ended up becoming friends. I hear that I'm pretty sure in the manga there's a lot more scenes of them actually being friends. And people are like, dude, that's a little fucked. Like there's like it's the only thing you can complain about it is that we didn't get like the montage of them like actually interacting and being friends and getting along, you know, afterwards.
Yeah, even I mean we did get like the one scene, where they're like kind of reminiscing about him, Takopi. And then it like cuts to their faces and like they're kind of smiling. The blonde girl has the scar. It was like, that was really well done. And to your point, like, you have these 2 like alternate storylines. It kind of feels like you don't really know who's the main character. The way they like blend them so well to create that kind of like ending here, really, really well done. Because you don't really know like until we get the blonde girl's backstory that Takopi's not there for her. She's
Yeah.
there for Shizuka. And like just to tie that all together, I thought was really sick. And like it's not hard to follow once you get to the end.
Wait. You mean she's not there for her? She's there for Shizuka? You mean the other way around? She's there for the blonde girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was absolutely insane. I thought that was like one of the greatest twists. Because the thing about like depressing anime, like this kind of genre, it's a little predictable. You know what I mean? It's really kind of just meant to like tug on the heartstrings. The fact that they added such like a mystery, to it, and they kept having these like really good twists and like what the fuck moments. I think that was amazing, and I think that's what like made it stand out in that genre. Where it was like it's a little bit different that way, where it's not just like super fucking depressing and gets you in your feels, but like it's a really really intriguing story. And like you said before, like it's 6 episodes. This is really great for people to like. It's been all over the internet, like clips and stuff. You have like the Photoshop picture of Shizuka and be like, if this is peak or like cinema. You know what I mean? So like it's just so good, and I feel like people are gonna see that and be like, yo, what is this? Like I guess I'll try this out. It's only 6 episodes, so it's really easy to just be like, all right, yeah, why not? It's 6 eps. You're not gonna try it. So I feel like we're about to have a second wave of excitement and of popularity for this anime, because I feel like now people are like, all right, like I guess I gotta check it out. You know what I mean? I have no excuse now. So I love the anime. I hope it comes out the second season. It was very 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 good.
Yeah, dude. And there's no way after watching that diabolical first episode and really the first 2 episodes, there's no way you could watch that and like put it down, especially if you have that short of a sample size. I mean, the first 2 episodes were insane. The whole thing is, really, really good. But I think anybody who checks it out might not enjoy it, or it might not be like your cup of tea. But I think you would find it like really well done, and B, yeah, very emotional. Definitely pulls at the heartstrings. That was like hard to sit through at certain points.
Oh my god, yeah, and I think that that's one of the animes. But you have animes like in certain genres that like kind of transcend the genre. They kind of stand above it, right? But some people might not be into sports animes, but then you have a couple sports animes that drop where it's like, yo, people who aren't into that genre might actually like this. It might actually kind of get them more into it. Same thing with like romance. Same thing with like shonen or isekais. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is kind of like that. Like on the Mount Rushmore, you know what I mean? Where it's like a lot of people might just be like, all right, why would I watch an anime that's just fucking depressing? That kind of just seems dumb. Like, I don't know, like why would I? But then you see this and it's like, all right, I'll give it a shot, right? Because it just has that, like, it has so much more to it, you know what I mean? So I absolutely love it. I think it's great. People are saying anime of the year. I don't know about that.
It's tough. Like I did see a lot of that, and again, like recency bias. It just finished. You might have that feeling. I could definitely see it being nominated, but for a really impressive like 12 or 24 episode season, and I know like budgets and stuff, but like all that kind of factors in. It is tough to say like it would win anime of the year with only 6 episodes. I do think the story is worthy, and when you look at the competition, it's going to be tough to beat Solo Leveling season 2. They might go back to back.
That's like my argument, because like on one hand it's like, all right, like it was the highest rated, not the most viewed, right? That is the thing. If you're going to be talking about an award, like you might have your opinion of what you think's the best. It's the general opinion of like what the consensus of the majority of the people are going to vote for. You know what I mean? And I think that that's going to be Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling, there was literally a streak where each episode that dropped, it crashed the servers. I think it was like 6 or 7 episodes consecutively, where they destroyed the Crunchyroll servers. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to beat that. That's absolutely fucking insane, and it had a really highly rated season as well, and had a lot going into it, and it was a full season again, not 6 episodes. So I think it's gonna be like really hard to beat Solo Leveling, but I feel like for the first time so far this season, we have that number 2 nomination, right? Solo Leveling and Takopi's Original Sin. I feel like those two have completely stood above the rest of anime this season. This year have been absolutely fucking incredible, and I do think that there is an argument for Takopi's Original Sin. You know what I mean? Because like, listen, like a shonen breaks the Crunchyroll servers once a fucking year. Like, that's not, like, is that really going to be, like, what we base the anime of the year on? It's just because there's so many people that watch that genre, they flood in, and it absolutely crushes. But, like, I feel like it shouldn't necessarily win because of that. Like, Takopi's Original Sin, like I said, is a once-in-a-decade. You know what I mean? It's a very, very special anime. You don't get animes like this every day. We're not going to get one like this next year, or later this year, or the year after that. Another shonen that just nukes the servers? Yeah, that's probably going to be at the end of the year. That's probably going to be next year. Like, we are going to get that again soon. Like, very soon. So I do think that like Takopi Original Sin does have a case for that, but I don't know if it had this streak for 12 episodes, sure, absolutely 100%. But yeah, 6 episodes hurts, and I don't know. I feel like Solo Leveling, it just fucking smoked in the beginning of the year. Like it did really really well. But I think that that's what's gonna make the Anime of the Year awards, that conversation, that debate, a lot more fun. Takopi definitely fuck shit up for there because it does make a case, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I would really have to see or like focus more on what metrics they would use to like
Hmm.
actually not just rank these, but then like, pick the winner.
Hmm.
Because I don't know if like revenue generated, factors into it, because I'm pretty sure we'll have the same conversation about the Demon Slayer movie. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's a totally
Ah.
different ball game. You'll just hear like all that talk about how Demon Slayer's the best or like anime of the year type shit. And like I get Demon Slayer has like a huge fan base, but like I wouldn't really compare a movie to say, 24 episode season or like Solo Leveling, because I think there's a lot more work that goes involved and it's tough to like compare. But again, I don't really know what metrics. I think obviously like the way people vote and how many views it has, but yeah, it's kind of tough to say or
So
like tough to compare them, I
did
think.
I send you the article? Demon Slayer right now is at 10 million illegal streams of the movie. I don't think the movie's
Oh
gonna make as much
wow.
as they think, and that's without the dub being out.
Wow.
Imagine when pretty soon it hits the theaters in the UK, and then people are able to legally stream the dub. Like it's getting fucked. They did it.
I did
Yeah, they did it so
I,
wrong.
s- I saw like the government was cracking down on people who were like pirating it or like
Mm.
giving access to the movie. I don't blame them. I'm sure if you spent a
10
ton of money on it,
billion.
you'd want to make it back. But at the same time, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I would go to the movies. I probably will.
Mm-hmm.
I just think like movie culture is not what it once was. Cause like if I don't have to leave my apartment and I can just watch it on my giant TV, like that is really convenient. And like, you could probably pirate it. You could, as you say, hit the high seas and find it. So like I think that's partly where a lot of people are at. Not to like overgeneralize, but it's just easy. You know what I mean? So like
I think
maybe
it
that's one of the
depends.
downsides at doing like a movie
Well,
nowadays.
I think it's the way they released it. Because like the reason I disagree is because
That's true.
I'd rather see it in the theaters. I don't go to the movie theaters. I don't give a fuck about the movies. I really don't. Nothing
Yeah,
out
I
there like
know.
interests me. Like I don't want to like. Why would I leave the house? Do you go outside, touch grass? Fuck that. Nah, that's gross. But like these anime movies, they have so much going on with them. They have so much hype. They have so many exciting moments where it's like, dude, you gotta see this in the theaters. You know what I mean? A packed theaters when watching, Chainsaw Man or Demon Slayer. That is gonna be amazing. The problem is when you fucking release it months earlier in Japan. And then a month earlier in the UK, and we're the last ones to get it. And Demon Slayer is notorious for being the most spoiled or the most leaked. You know what I mean? So it's like I already saw half the clips. Why the fuck am I gonna sit there and wait? I might as well just watch it. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna give you your money when you're just bending me over. You know what I mean? Like you damn well know that, but they decide to still like do it the wrong way, and then not like 'cause they just don't care. I mean, we've talked about that how like Japan really doesn't give a fuck. Like as long as Japan eats, that's all that matters. Everyone else can starve.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna steal some of your food then. I'm just gonna sail the seas and I'm gonna check it out. I'm not gonna waste my money on it because like what's the point? Especially when these tickets are also like selling out like super fast because they're doing like limited edition tickets. So they're going
Yeah,
on sale like a month before it hits the theaters. And of course, the thing with the anime movies coming to theaters is they're only available for one day. It's not like they're in theaters for like a week or 2 weeks or a month. Like you got one fucking day. Those tickets, they're not a lot of them. Because there's only select theaters as well. They're very, very like bare minimum with it. The bare minimum amount of theaters and like only one day. So like I feel like they like at that point kind of ask you to illegally stream it. Like Chainsaw Man so far is doing it right. It seems like the global release is all at once. We're getting no spoilers, no leaks, unless it's like from the manga. You know what I mean? So like they're hyping us up with these teasers and trailers. Like I feel like that is going to be a much better release, and I feel like they're actually going to make so much more than Demon Slayer. That's my prediction. At the end of this year, when the numbers drop, I feel like Chainsaw Man is going to completely outdo Demon Slayer. But I feel like when it comes to movie of the year, Demon Slayer will probably win because it's just a more household name. It also has like 9 seasons out compared to Chainsaw Man's one. So like Demon Slayer is going to get movie of the year, but I feel like Chainsaw Man's going to make more.
that's a really good point. Also, I'm definitely with you. I think sound design is often overlooked in anime because there's only a few that like are really notable when you're like watching at home,
Mm-hmm.
but that shit hits different at the movies. So like
Yeah.
that's a huge reason for me to go. And another thing, you said it's only in select theaters. I live in like the center of a major city,
Mm-hmm.
and like you can get pretty much anywhere by train. There's only two theaters that would be like viable for me to go see it at. And you're right, it's only one night, so like you have to pick one, or you would be forced to go to a certain theater if one's sold out. That kind of sucks too. At least like do a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
I still think people would go, or if you got something going on, you want to make it a point to go. Yeah, that's definitely not helping your cause either. And I think if it was closer in release, you know what I mean? You had like, even if it was a full weekend, like Japan got it the first day, Europe, and then us the third day, whatever.
Yeah.
People would still be like generous enough to like wait because it's only a couple days. So yeah, the release schedule really not good.
Yeah, and like I said too, it's like it's specific for Demon Slayer as well. Because like Demon Slayer, like people just completely like we had fan animations of this fucking movie like 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
true
don't think that the
that.
movie's instantly gonna get like put on like pirated websites, Like, come on, like you guys know that that's how it works, and it's at that point where it's like, all right, well, fine, like why would we? And that severely hurts them because they've been working on this movie since I heard that they started this movie during the train arc, the movie and train arc. So like, imagine how long the other two movies are gonna take, and if you're not making a ton of money on them, like if they don't play this right and they keep fucking up and not caring and like they don't give a shit, Demon Slayer might not finish. I don't know if they're gonna have the money or the budget or the time to be able to finish the last two movies. Is every time you drop a movie and like you spent so much time and work, it's just pirated. It's like 10 million. That's 10 million already. You know, we're not getting like in the States, we're not getting the movie for another 2 months. Like that's yeah, 2 months pretty much. So like that's a lot of time for it to be 20 million or 30 million. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer can really be fucking themselves with this, but honestly, I think the movie's the way to go. But again, if you're asking me to pirate it, I mean, shit.
it is too easy nowadays, and it's like I don't know with the whole leaks. You know, I'm guilty. I be reading leaks. I don't care, especially with Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like the community really like normalized leaking stuff, and whether you're for it or against it, you know, is neither here or there. But like, yeah, that's something is if I was like on that team, you would look at and say like, all right, are people gonna leak this movie? Odds are yes. If we're doing it for chapters of manga,
Yeah.
probably do it for a movie too.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. I think the movie's gonna be better, but that's the thing too. Like I think kind of screws. Like last point is that like you have two amazing movies dropping. Shit, if I want to prioritize one, it's definitely gonna be the Chainsaw Man movie now. Like I've already seen pretty much the Infinity Castle movie. Like it is what it is. So I definitely think that they're gonna miss out on a lot. I can't wait for it to come out in the States so we can see what the damage necessarily is. But yo, we got to get into it. Gachiakuta. I hit you up and I asked you about it. The lady at the front desk. Did you look at her magazine?
I immediately noticed it. It's like a straight porno. I'm like, you got like literally naked chicks on the page. I was dying. I don't remember that from the manga, but that shit was very, very funny. I noticed that in your notes too. I'm like, yo.
Yo, dude, I didn't. Okay, so that was the one thing that like I saw like from like TikTok is that like they immediately were posting clips of that and like, hey yo, what? Like that's an interesting way to pass time at work, huh? Because like you got to think about like she is like working. You know what I mean? Just at the front desk, just greeting people while looking at like naked ladies in a magazine. And I'm like, yo, that and yeah, best character.
Yeah, right. So relatable, you know.
One of us boys, let's go.
Yeah, she's just one of the boys.
Dude, but like that's actually so cool. I thought that she was also like a really, really cool character. Like Gachiakuta, can they like calm down? Like they are absolutely eating. They are undefeated when it comes to character design, not only in the looks of the characters, but the personalities. Like that character was sick. Her like ability being like in her glasses was awesome. The whole scene with the fork killing the two flies, like, okay, you just absolutely shit on Mr. Miyagi when he did that with the chopsticks, got the one fly. Like, bro, she got two with a fork. She got a fucking collateral. Like, holy shit. And then also, she just seems like so strong. She was able to like read Rudo, like able to like look at him, like what he's made of. Like she's definitely holding something back. Engine knows it too, but he like gave her like a look behind where he like yo, like what are you hiding? It wasn't just talking about the shit on the back of his neck. Like there's something else you saw. Which by the way, I thought that was funny. Way to call him out.
Yeah, nice little throwback to the poop fight with Zanka. Yeah, super good. I don't even know if they went into it, but yeah, there's still like a lot of mystery even in the manga. She's like definitely holding back what she knows about Rudo, and I don't think her and Engine are pretty tight. I don't really think they've ever like gone into it or even really talked about it. So that's like still an interesting point to me. But I really liked Rio. I think she's a super cool character.
Oh my
like
God,
her personality is awesome. But it's again seeing a fight animated versus like reading a fight. I was blown away. I thought her fight style was really sick, and they did a good job of kind of like emphasizing like the scissors and the kicks and stuff. I thought it was really sick. I love this episode.
Dude, Rio is like a fan favorite right now. Like that's what's so funny. You came into this, you're like, yeah, dude, Engine when he gets animated, like, dude, people are gonna be freaking out. People are gonna love him. People do love him. But I feel like Rio is the one who has everyone's attention right now. Like everyone is hyped for her. Her fight scene too just like adds to it. It's just fuel to the fire. Like her fight style is so fucking cool. I wanted to ask you though. You were talking about how she's like a very cold person, but she's like very friendly with Rudo. Is that like still the same? Because like so far in the anime, she seemed like a normal, like she's just like chilling. She was like really nice to the supports, and she's like, yeah, yo, look at this guy, like he's super strong, and like knock him out. I'm like, bro, she doesn't seem cold at all. Like, is that something that changed for the anime, or is that how she acted in the manga as well? She's just gonna be colder later on.
She's like that with the with like the main cast and yeah, like the cleaners and stuff. Like she's like pretty cheery. But like when things get serious, she has that like other side of her, which I love. That like duality of her personality is really sick because she can be really like dark and cold when she gets up in some of these fights, which I think is awesome. But she's like generally kind of like gives big sister energy for Rudo. I mean, she's like playing with his hair and stuff, which I think is partly related to her vital instrument being the scissors. She's like interested in hair and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just my guess because we haven't really gotten her backstory either yet. Yeah, but you're definitely right. I kind of thought Enji would just blow up, kind of like the Gojo effect. But seeing the love for Rio, I'm like, love to see it.
Yeah, and
Got some class this season.
yeah, and it's not like people don't like Engine. I feel like Engine's still a phenomenal fucking character. And I see a lot of hype and a lot of people like, yo, this guy's awesome, he's the best, right? But it's just like, damn, like Rio's love just completely completely overshadowed Engine's. It gets insane. She was just like, yeah, step aside, buddy. Like people like you are gonna be the fan favorite? No. And it gets me even more hyped because now I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm seeing people post, and here's like the leaks that I'm looking at. The leaks, is that people are like, hey, before Gachiakuta blows up, here's my top 10 favorite characters before they get overhyped, you know what I mean? And people think I'm like joining the bandwagon. And they're showing a lot from the manga, and I really like seeing like the characters that we haven't seen yet. And people, I think, are talking about the girl that kind of becomes Rudo's love interest. I think it's Amo? AMO?
Yeah.
Amo or Amo? Dude, someone said this, and it got me so hyped up to like, she's either going to be the most hated character or the most gooned over character. And I'm like, the duality of that, the polar opposite of that.
So fucking
I cannot
true,
wait to meet this character. Like, you're telling me that people are either gonna like absolutely drool over her and like love her, or just hate her fucking guts. Like, oh, bring out this character. Like, I cannot wait for the shitstorm that's gonna follow this character. They look really sick too. They seem sick. I'm seeing a lot of characters that seem so badass. I saw like better shots of the villain that we got teased at the end. He looks so fucking sick. I cannot wait to get into that. I mean, boys, we have a villain now. And I'm hearing that a lot of the bad guys in Gachiakuta are fucking badass as well. And we saw the room full of all the other cleaners. One of them caught my eye. I'm like, yo, this character looks mad fucking sick. And apparently they're like a top 5 character when it comes to power. It's the person with like the hood. I think she has green hair. But either way, I saw her. I'm like, yo, she looks dope as fuck.
Oh yeah, dude. There's so many sick characters. I think the villain that we got the peek at, he's got a crazy name and personality to match. I think he'll be a fan favorite too, because he's like super fucking weird and like electric. I think he'll be huge. And you make a really good point about Amo. Like, I think people will end up liking her, but like the way they introduce her, she's definitely gonna get some hate at first. But yeah, she like, and that's like an element of the story too. Like she obviously falls in love with Rudo, but I don't really get that from Rio ever. There's like not, they're more like a teammate kind of like brother sister type bond. But I think they are like the same age or like close. I'm not sure about Amo, but yeah, it'll take a little while, but I think she'll end up being she'll be popular.
Dude, I can't wait. Like I'm gonna just hop on the Glacier right now. I think, my little prediction, I think Gachiakuta is going to be like a top tier anime, moving forward. Because like, here's the thing, right? First of all, we're getting 24 episodes. Now, some animes, that's literally what they do. Like, if you watch Shangri-La Frontier, they drop 2 seasons pretty fucking close to each other, like within a year. Both seasons were 24 episodes long. Frierin's first season, 24 episodes long. We're getting season 2 of Frieren in January. That could be 24 episodes long. Some animes are literally just built that way, where they just pump out content like there's no tomorrow. They love the 24 episode seasons. Gachiakuta having 24 episodes and actually being continuous, you know what I mean? That's a good sign that it probably is going to be dropping 24 episode seasons. I think that is huge for a fan base because you're able to just fucking obsess over it, you know what I mean? You're able to just binge the content. It's fucking awesome. You're able to get so many arcs instead of being like, okay, this season's this little story, next season's gonna be this one. It's like we have a whole bunch going on. So you have like 2 main arcs, a couple mini arcs. It's awesome. I think that could be amazing for it. I think the fight scenes so far have been amazing. The power structure is really, really cool. And I think the characters are some of the best in anime right now. So I think that this anime could absolutely fucking dominate, especially because I think some of the other animes are shitting the bed. Kaiju 8, for one, because Kaiju 8's over. Kaiju 8, ended before it got started. But it finally started, learn how to run. You know what I mean? And then it's like, all right, we're done. I heard it had like one actual arc, one major arc, and then they're like, and then the end of the series. And it's like, wait, what? You know what I mean? I don't know if DanDaDan, how long that's going to go, but I know Sakamoto Days is in its last arc now too in the manga. So it's like a lot of these animes that like premiered and we're like, yo, shit, like they could fucking dominate for years to come. Like, bro, they're gonna have like 2 or 3 seasons. I'm hoping Gachiakuta can actually go the distance. I hope this anime can be a fucking marathon, and I think it could, because the art style I think is easier to animate, so you don't need to spend as much time on this, peak animation that's fucking incredible, but it's like really expensive. You know what I mean? So I feel like it can like do a lot better. It can be more of a marathon instead of a sprint.
It still feels like there's so much like just between backstories and like how many villains they've dealt with or not really dealt with. I mean, there's still got to be a it's hard to say like at least another 100 chapters, 200 chapters. Like there's still a lot of like story to flesh out. So I
Hmm.
definitely agree with you and think Gachiakuta will be like kind of one of those key animes, like a mainstay,
Yeah.
because we're kind of getting to the end of, to the, a lot of these series, like Demon Slayer's pretty much,
Hmm.
you know, towards the end, stuff like that. So you're kind of right too. The animation isn't, you know, it's not like Mappa exhausting, crazy, you know, animation scenes, but it's still really good and it fits the anime too. So
Oh my
I think
god. Yeah.
it'll be popping, and having 24 episodes, you're right, definitely lets like the fan base get more into it. You let the plot develop more. I think that'll really help it establish itself as like a top anime past just this summer season.
Yeah, and I didn't mean it like as a bad thing. You know what I mean? I actually think
Yeah, yeah,
the animation fits it beautifully, and I actually really like it. If we're talking about like some of like the best art styles that I've enjoyed the most out of this entire year, Gachikuta's top five, like for sure. I've really enjoyed it. I think it looks so sick. I think the character design too, again, are just so awesome. You know what I mean? And it seems like it's staying very true to the actual manga, which I think is very important. You know, the literally the fan base that's like read the manga is very pleased with it, which I think is massive. People were talking about like the Rio fight, and they're putting it side to side with panels from the manga. Like, dude, they actually like, did a good job. Like, holy fuck, like this is amazing. Like,
yeah.
let's go. You know what I mean? So like, I want it to like be the marathon. I want it to like be that name that stays. But it's like disappointing that like Kaiju Wei, you know, Sakamoto is like they're coming to an end already. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, we need something. And honestly, Gachikuta, it's gotta be one of my top animes right now. Like I absolutely love it, and I feel like a lot of people share the same way. It's cool because I feel like it has that like adultness to it too. I feel like a lot of people get kind of like weirded out by certain animes because they're like, if it looks kind of childish, you're like, you know what I mean? Because like Naruto's that way. Like a lot of people like don't like fuck with Naruto and like it has that like aesthetic. Gachikuta also has that like very like you know darker, more mature vibe to it, which is really cool without being like oh let's just show tits. You know what I mean? And that's how we're adult. Like fucking Fire Force. You know what I mean?
So good.
You're able
Yes,
to
you make an
make
extremely good point there.
yeah, and a lot of people like that's something that's important to them. Like whether it's like conscious or not, it has that like more like adult, mature feel without it being fucking like random dumb fan service. And it's like, yo, like perfect. It's awesome. There's not a thing I'd change. It's fucking amazing.
Dude, you make a really good point with that. I was just laughing. We are like literally talking about the Death Lady reading
Yeah,
porn, like as she walk in.
but it
But you're
didn't
right,
show
like
anything. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't awkward.
yeah, and then not like nothing crazy either.
Yeah.
But you're definitely right. They do a good job of making like a more mature kind of vibe and aesthetic without like overdoing it.
Hmm.
Even like Tougen Anki, like they cut to that boat scene. She's just got you know like the one student has gigantic breasts. It's like all
Yeah.
right, so random for no reason. I literally didn't know that for whatever 4 episodes. I'm like, oh, all right, I guess we're doing that now.
Yeah, because they kind of hid that. Like she reminds me of that chick from Bleach. You know what I mean? Where it's like the
Yeah,
like
just
what are you doing?
comical. Yeah, like all right, I see what you're doing here, author.
But like that's the best part too about that whole thing with the magazine with like Gachikuta. A lot of people didn't even notice it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like some people are hearing this now, like go back and like check it out. It gets mad funny. But like little Easter eggs like that are also like just like so amazing. Because like it's like the details, you know what I mean? It's those things like there's nothing better than when someone like sees something, posts it, and you're like, oh my god, I missed that. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how
Yes.
like more detailed they are kind of getting into it. Like I'm just like stoked about it. I don't know. I can't hype up Gachikuta enough. Like this is gonna be my new anime that I recommend to casuals. You know what I mean? When my friends are like, oh yeah, like yeah, I've been watching anime, looking for something new, like Gachikuta. Before it was Hell's Paradise. No one hates Hell's Paradise. Everyone that you recommend it to is
Very
gonna
true.
love it. Gachakuta's that new one. Like, holy fuck. Gachakuta needs to come to Netflix or Hulu. It needs to get off Crunchyroll. It needs to go to a place that everyone's gonna be able to watch it. That is the next big thing for Gachakuta. Also, release the fucking merch. Episode 1, I already changed my background on my computer to Gachakuta. I need t-shirts, okay? I need figurines. I need
Yes,
shit.
dude.
Alright? Let me have the merchandise. Alright, release the merch. I can't wait for that. Dude, imagine what they're gonna, like, make, too. Like, I can see some people making some fucking badass shirts.
I hope the artist actually gets involved with like a merch collab or whatever, because
Mm-hmm.
she's like really into like alt style. Like obviously, Pale Dusk is like a super famous metal band in Japan, so right
Mm-hmm.
there, I was like, all right, she's definitely cool as shit. But like, I feel like she could whip up some like, I mean, obviously she has a stylish manga. I feel like she could do something pretty sick. I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely look forward to that.
Bro, that is the thing though. Like Gachakuta and fucking season 1 now. Just drop the rest of the season because I actually like need to read the manga. I can't
Yeah,
even
right.
talk about like how much of a super fan I've become. Like bro, because like it's the same thing. Like, you guys know it's like Kaiju 8. I absolutely loved Kaiju 8. Talk about it a good amount. Like huge fan. I'm actually checking right now. Gachakuta on display yet? Gachakuta on display yet? By the way, do you know people are saying Gachakuta different? So we say Gachakuta. So people are saying it's Gachiakuta.
I don't know.
I
You know
keep
what I mean?
hearing
Like, I
that
really
too.
I have no idea actually. I
Yeah.
always like think of it, but some of them are like tough to pronounce. So if it's not something easy like Takopi, you know?
Bro, Well, they also say it in the anime. Like we need Gachiakuta to say what it is because I think our way's better. It just sounds a little bit smoother. But either way, I think it's absolutely incredible. Like I said, I can't hype this up enough. Massive fan. I'm all for it, and I think that they so far are just undefeated. Taking on 24 episodes, especially with the start, I think was fucking genius. And I feel like this is gonna be. All right, let's say something stupid. Do we think that this season's gonna end and it's gonna be Anime of the Year candidate? Is this going to be kind of like a free run where it was like, hey, drop 24 eps and people just fucking ate up for 24 goddamn eps? You know what I mean?
That is a really good question. I'm gonna say yes, it'll be a candidate. It depends how far they get. I think if they get to the scene that people are kind of talking about and that I'm envisioning, I think that would be a phenomenal way to end it and keep the hype. So I guess it's easy to say this, but if everything goes well and goes like as expected, I think it probably will be up there. Because solo leveling is going to be there. I could definitely see
100%.
Takopi being there.
Yep.
Demon Slayer's not doing a season. You know what I mean? So that won't be up for Anime of the Year. So there's still room. You know what I mean? You don't have any of like the super heavy hitters in the way.
And to be fair, next anime season is kind of light. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not going to have anything that's going to like really shock a lot of people. I hope I'm wrong. But like, I feel like, and this is going to carry over. Like, I feel like Gachiakuta is going to fucking dominate the next anime season. Like, the fall season. It's going to be absolutely insane. And I feel like I can say this because I'm anime only and it doesn't make any sense to me, okay? People are saying it's going to end with the introduction of the Raiders leader. And they're saying that's going to be an amazing cliffhanger and it's going to be fucking goated. That's what I hear some people saying.
Yeah, there's like a showdown with like the main cleaners and then the Raiders and shit. And like that, the villain we just got introduced to at the last episode. I guess not really introduced, but we got a peek of him.
Teased, yeah.
He goes off in that fight. He's super cool. There's like really great moments. I think if they were to execute that really well and then, have that like confrontation, have that confrontation be like the ending episode or whatever, where we leave it all for the season, I think people are going to blow up. I definitely think it'll be like that popular.
Damn, like, I hope. I really, really do. Like I said, I think it's gonna deliver because you have the manga readers extremely happy. You brought in a lot of anime-only watchers, very happy. Like I said, they're not missing it. Like, you brought up, that I forgot to even say, the music, bro, fucking slaps. You know what I mean? Like,
so good.
Again, there's, like, not anything you can really bring up. You're like, eh. And if you know, like, some of, like, the story, like, the story just seems so good. It's about, like, we're just getting started. We haven't even been introduced to the fucking plot yet. Like, I feel like when we get into that, then it's going to be fucking amazing. But Gachikuta's incredible. We all know this, okay? I feel like we got to get into some Tougen Anki, like you brought up earlier. We haven't talked last week about it. Episode 3 is episode 4. By the way, Tougen Anki is also getting 24 episodes. They're like, hey, Gachiakuta, you're not going to be the only one, motherfucker. I'm joining you in the next season as well. And honestly, I'm hyped. This is fucking Naruto. Like, this is awesome. They are Team 7. You can't tell me anything different. Like, they are the exact same. The whole Kakashi with the bells drill, same thing, dude. Like, it was the absolute same thing. I loved it. It was so good. Except they ditched the pink-haired girl, bro. Like, you have a pink-haired girl that's not Sakura, right? Who actually shows that she could be fucking strong, and you take her out of the fight? Like, I didn't like that part. I didn't like how she got, like, carted off.
Yeah, that kind of felt bad. You're exactly right, though. And I actually saw a lot of people between like social media and YouTube like saying, yeah, like Tougen Anki has a lot of like classic tropes or like typical shonen stuff. MC's dad dies. He's a demon. You got like the Team 7 vibes going on. And everyone's like, you know what? I kind of love it, though.
Exactly,
the art is super cool. The abilities are cool. Like, it's really not that deep. So I'm glad people are like not being too critical. Because once you look past some of that stuff, and hey, let's be honest, it's a recipe for a reason. You know what I mean? If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's really sick. And the fight we get in our little, like, during this test, really, really sick. We kind of get to see some of the powers with, like, the MC using the blood and, like, the giant blood, like, sister creature that the pink-haired girl makes.
Yeah.
I thought was really sick. So people are definitely into it, and I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, and that is the one thing, too, is, like, you can take tropes, and you can just do them fucking better. Like, that is the thing. It works, but, some animes have, like, shitty execution. Like I said, like, Blue Exorcist, this whole thing reminds me a lot of that, but it's just done better. You know what I mean? And also, it's kind of nostalgic with I forget, the chainsaw, not like a chainsaw guy, but the saw guy. Like, bro, that's fucking Sasuke and Itachi through and through. Like, get the fuck out of here. The way he wants revenge and shit, and that guy ruined his life and killed his family. It's like, a family member that kills the rest of the family, traumatizes our character, the side character, and now he can think of nothing but fucking revenge. Very fine-tuned and precise in his training. Like he's very disciplined, just like Sasuke was. So dude, reminds me of Sasuke, but like Sasuke also was not the greatest character. You know what I mean? So let's see if they can make him a bit better and make his relationship to the MC better, because like I mean that can go a long way. So I don't think copying tropes, like you said, is like a bad thing. Because it's like you can like be better. You know what I mean? And Tougen Anki is very, very enjoyable, and the stuff where it copies just feels more nostalgic than anything.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. The sense of nostalgia you get from watching it, I think, is part of the charm. But then it's also really badass. And I think the writing is cool too. Like, all right, he goes to school right away and like is gonna learn how to use his powers rather than having to go figure it out himself or just kind of like literally doing that.
Yeah.
And then, the whole training erupted now by this emergency. Like, oh, all right, not really expecting that. We kind of get like literally just teased on a little bit of like what their powers are. But now we're like changing gears and they're kind of addressing this emergency. So I'm really excited to see kind of what they get into. And we'll finally get like our first real meeting with the Momotaros. We know that that's who killed Shiki's dad in the first episode, but like we don't really know too much else other than it's just side A versus side B. You got the Momos and the demons, so that'll be cool to get our first like look at that too.
Yeah. So what is the trope? What is the obvious prediction we're going with? Is it either one, the guy that killed the MC's dad is the blonde kid's father? They're the same person. Two, is it that the kid's dad, the blonde haired kid's dad? I gotta learn the names. I gotta write down the names. Is going to be at that city. I don't think it's going to be the guy who killed the MC's dad is going to be there, because like we saw like a little bit at the end of like who like the crazy fucking insane person is, and it kind of seemed like the blonde kid's father. So it's got to be like one of those two things, either the same person or that kid's dad is going to be there. It's got to be one or the other.
Yeah, and there's somebody in I think like the cover art, you can kind of see like a blonde character. So that's going to be my guess. I think it's going to be whoever's on the in the like the cover art kind of towards the back.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, to the right.
Yes,
oh
yeah.
No, yeah, it looks that's definitely his dad. That's definitely the blonde kid's dad. 1,000% is the blonde kid's dad. Yeah, so I think we're about to meet the blonde kid's dad. Wow, that's crazy. We're gonna get the Itachi arc already in season 1. Let's go. And hey, 24 eps, so they can really drag this on. Like this can go
I hope we
hard.
get to see. Yeah, I hope we get to see the teacher in action too, because his abilities look really sick.
Bro.
And the whole like blood umbrella thing is extremely badass.
Dude, it is the year of the umbrella. I hate to break it to you boys. If you see someone in anime pull up with an umbrella, you fucking run. It's now like the new white-haired character, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, if someone's got an umbrella, bro, they're OP.
Yeah, right.
Bro, the teacher fucked up that kid with the saws. Like, it was absolutely insane. Just worked him. I thought that was incredible. And it was the same, because he didn't even use his blood power. It was just his umbrella.
And then he's like, I thought it was cool. He's like shooting him with the rubber bullets, like busting him up with the umbrella. I'm like, damn, this is like so humiliating right now. But just kind of goes to show you how strong that teacher is. I definitely think he's like one of the key players. And once they kind of like get into him a little bit, I think he'll be pretty OP, because he definitely looks like it so far.
And it's gonna be cool also meeting like a lot of the other characters. We've really like kind of got like introduced them very briefly, but like that's it. I cannot wait to meet everybody else and like to see the interactions and see them fight, see what their blood powers are, because they're all wildly different. Hopefully the pink haired girl is gonna be back, because I think she's gonna be fucking awesome. And again, you want to talk about Team 7 improving on Sakura? That's a huge win. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
like that's not gonna be something that's gonna be hard to like pass up on. So it's like I cannot wait to see her get involved and see those three interact, grow, and get stronger together. I think that's gonna be amazing, especially when they all start to become friends. But I'm loving Tougen Anki. Like I said, it was an absolute snipe by you this week, season. Great fucking call. It is something that like I'm really looking forward to each and every week. Like I'm really, really enjoying it. Even though, like I said, like there has like some basic tropes, but like it's still very, very good, very exciting, and just kind of keeps you on your toes. I think the fight scenes are also really, really good too. I really enjoyed them so far.
Yeah, I love the MC Shiki. I love his abilities, like being based around like guns made out of blood. I just think that's super badass. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite animes going right now. My buddy, he told me to be on the lookout for it because the manga was sick, and I'm like, yo, definitely a very good call. So clutch.
Yo, for real. But let's also talk about an anime that kind of got some hate this week. DanDaDan. Bruh, these bitches can never be happy. You were one episode outside of a fight scene. It's like, oh my god, this is boring. Oh, bro, I thought the hand holding scene was fucking wholesome. Are you kidding me?
Yes, dude. Finally, after like almost 2 seasons, we finally get like a romantic moment that we absolutely know is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Between them. So that was awesome. I love that.
And do you know what I love the most about it is that like when you watch DanDaDan, like DanDaDan never guaranteed at all that there'll be any sense of romance in this anime. Right? It was just funny how, Momo is obsessed with Ken Tanaki or whatever his name is. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh my god, he's like the greatest, the absolute best. And of course, that's fucking Ken's name. You know what I mean? So it's just like really funny. She's like, don't ever say that name again. He's like, but it's my name. She's like, no, you're Okarun. And it's like, okay, you give him a whole fucking nickname, right? But then they end up becoming like good friends, become close. And you see those little moments here and there, like when Momo was like, hey, like, not gonna say it. And he's like, say what? He's like, well, like, see you tomorrow. You know, that's the thing we always do. We always go back and forth and take turns. And he's like, oh yeah, like I'll see you tomorrow. And you see those like little cute moments. And like once you defended him against Iroh when they first met, remember Iroh like bullied him? It was like, oh my god, you see him? Bet that loser never talked to a girl before, and she dropped the bucket on her. He's like, yeah, okay, fuck you. Like. This was the first time where we finally like, really kind of got into that, where it's like, oh yeah, there's no mistaking that. Like that was definitely like more on the romantic side. Momo was definitely like, you know, interested in Ken, it seems like, and it's like, is DanDaDan actually gonna pursue the romance between them? Like this is the first time where it's actually like, holy fuck, they actually might. This might actually end up with them dating. Like that's insane. I thought that's what was like a really cool aspect of this episode.
Yeah, and it's a cool overarching like small theme in
Mm-hmm.
DanDaDan. Like, you know, they don't do it every episode, quite the opposite. Like you said, this is literally the first like actual acknowledgement of both of their romantic feelings at the same time.
Yeah.
And like when her grandma like turns around, they both like, you know, panic and pull their hands away. It's like, yeah, so like they definitely confirmed that that is there. So I do think they will pursue it, but they do a really good job of like keeping it in the background and not like pushing it too hard. So I think it does have a lot of value as a watcher when you do get scenes like these. And I used to be like that as an anime fan. Like, you know, I wanted fights all the time, but like, you gotta enjoy the small stuff. You gotta enjoy like the slice of life moments when they're there and little romances like this, because it's not technically a romance. So
Yeah.
just very nice to see.
It like also just helps progress the story. Like I don't know, I love these moments, but like the problem that I realize is too is I actually like slice of life animes. So whenever you have slice of life like in an anime, I of course never mind it. So I can see if people hate that fucking genre, they'd hate moments like these. But I really liked it. Also, manga readers, are we missing something? Because when they first get back, you know, vacation's over, holidays over, whatever happened, right? And they're walking to school, Momo's friends like tackle them. It is one thing for the one friend to tackle Momo because like you know they're girls, but like what about the one girl tackling Ken? Like that just seemed so out of the ordinary. They didn't ever interact, right? In season one, I know like Momo's friends liked Ken. They saw how nice he was, and they were like, "Hey, like that kid's actually like pretty cool." And Momo's like, "Wait, what? Why do you think he's cool?" And he's like, "Well, we heard about him standing up to you. Some guy in his class, you know, made inappropriate comments, and he's like, yo, like fuck you. Like that's actually like pretty fucking cool of him. Like good for him. You know what I mean? So like we knew that they like kind of like approved of Ken, but like they never actually interacted. So I thought it was so crazy that the one girl like jumped on top of Ken and was like, "Oh my god, you guys are back!" Like they've been like best fucking friends. I feel like there's something maybe in the manga where they all hung out or something like that, but it just got cut from the anime. So that's why I'm kind of interested in manga readers. Did we miss something like that, or is she just like super friendly? I just think it's cool too because the English VAs, I watch it in dub. They're actually engaged, Ken and the blonde girl. So I thought that was really cool as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's a small world. But yeah, I think you're right. I can only ever remember, and again, I didn't read the manga for DanDaDan.
Mm-hmm.
I only ever really remember like that one scene where yeah, like they talk about Ken standing up for Momo.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember them ever really hanging out. Or like
Yeah.
maybe with Ira's friends it would be a little bit different, but I'm pretty sure you're right. That's really the only thing we got, which yeah, we might be missing something from the manga, but yeah, I was not really
surprised.
expecting that.
Yeah,
Or is- I'm
exactly.
like maybe it's because they know like Momo and Ken spend a lot of time together. So like maybe that's why they feel that way, but yeah, definitely a little weird.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm missing something here. Like, it is what it is, but like, I just felt like there was just something that like in the room that like we just weren't aware of. There's like an inside joke. I'm like, can you like clue us in? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Missing the mark there. But I don't know. I think it's like a good change of pace. You get these arcs where like they battle a lot and then they kind of like go back to school and there's still like their daily lives. I think that's one aspect that makes DanDaDan really sick. So I'm looking forward to see like kind of what they get into next. And now we have like a bigger cast. We got Gigi in the mix. Like it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
There's so much to get into as well. Like the people who want just fight scenes, like you guys are gonna eat good. You know what I mean? Because first of all, we have the Subterraneans. I think they're called. That's what the one woman was, like zombie chick. She like ripped off her fucking face, threw it at the fucking tree, and she's like the Subterranean, whatever it was. I'm like, dude, what is that? And she's like, the Subterraneans are like your enemies. So they have a whole other fucking race that wants to kill them. The aliens, the spirits, and now the Subterraneans. It's like, good job, guys. Like you guys just make friends wherever you go. Like entire species are trying to fucking kill you. Like that's great. Like this is awesome. Nice. But I think it's so cool too because like that is going to introduce a whole nother side of the anime that I think is going to be like super fun. I feel like I don't know, it kind of gives more depth to those characters, you know what I mean? Because now we're going to get into them and be like, okay, well, what are the Subterraneans? And like, wait, are the Subterraneans? Yeah, Subterraneans. and like what are they about, like where, like what are they, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be cool. And then also Gigi turned, that was great. They kind of teased us with the first soy sauce, and we're like, all right, it missed, but like the second one's not going to. Second one did not, and I love how everything just fucking exploded. I like how it's just like doop, and then boom, it's like, all right, next episode's gonna be fun.
Dude, so funny. And like I thought that was a cool way, like just hot and cold water.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a funny way to like trigger your powers, but definitely makes you think like there will be more interactions with Evil Eye because like what are you gonna do if it rains or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they will play that into the story. But yeah, it's super funny. They knew it was coming too. Like you just got the slow motion handoff and then the drip. I was dying, dude.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's gonna be so interesting to see like what they do with it. Because is Gigi ever gonna be able to control his powers? Because if you've seen it, Ranma like one half, I think it's called, it's the same thing. This guy, he falls into this pond and it changes his gender. So like if it's like cold water on him, I think he turns into a girl. But if it's hot water, he turns back into a guy. And of course, you see so many funny moments between that anime with him constantly changing between. You know what I mean? So it's like, are we gonna have that aspect, that kind of like idea in DanDaDan? Or is Gigi gonna be able to control the evil eye and be able to switch kind of like Ken and Ira Ken and everybody else?
I would assume, yeah. That's just like what my assumption would be. He would be
Yeah.
able to control it like Ken, Ira, and everything. But maybe not. That would actually be more interesting, I think. If he actually will get control over the evil eye, because it's supposed to be a super powerful spirit, so it would make sense as to maybe like not yet, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
later down the line. I would like to think he probably would, but it'll be interesting, yeah, to see how that affects the story and like the cast moving forward.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I heard. Kind of got spoiled at the end of season one, where I ended up hearing about, Gigi and the evil eye and kind of stuff like that. And I'm interested to see how it does play out because the evil eye, I think, might be stronger than Ken, than Okarun. So it's like, are they gonna have Gigi like in the anime as much as they have been, or is he gonna end up taking the back seat? Because Ira kind of took the back seat now too, where we haven't seen her too much. She's back this episode, but it's like, how much more are we gonna see her moving forward? Because Acrobatic Silty is also like pretty fucking strong. So like, you don't want them to become too overpowered as a group.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And Momo like really took a step forward with her powers. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
in this whole arc, she really has done a good job. And by that same measure, you're exactly right. You don't want a ton of like super OP spirits, but we don't. Yeah, we really don't know like villain wise what we're gonna get into next, and like I guess the scale of it. So I'll have to wait and see. But very excited. I think it's DanDaDan is just like a must watch every week because you really never know what you're gonna get into.
Yeah, no, DanDaDan has definitely been like killing it. I think them hitting the ground running is working out really, really well because you have Kaiju 8 to end of their season properly, and then season 2 has been pretty fucking slow. You know what I mean? It has people pretty
Yeah,
upset. You know what I mean? Whereas DanDaDan, people are upset how season 1 ended, but are loving the start of season 2. I'm wondering if that's going to swap again. Is DanDaDan going to be like entertaining? For all 12 episodes, I'm interested to see. So far, it's been amazing, but I'm definitely looking forward to it each and every week, and hopefully now, too, we're talking about next week, Kaiju 8 is hoping to be ramping up and getting started, because we have new characters, they're fucking sick, the villain has been introduced to the playing field, and things are getting amazing, so hopefully that's what's heating up. So, of course, I'd always be very excited about that, but honestly, anime is killing it right now. It's so goddamn good. It's so entertaining. These stories are phenomenal, and now, already, week 6, boys, we are checking an anime off our watch list, off of our schedule. Absolutely crazy. Takopi Original Sin, you will be absolutely missed, but it does, free up our very busy Saturdays a little bit. So I absolutely
yeah.
loved it. Greatest 6 episodes ever. I think we can say that. Takopi Original Sin is the greatest 6 episode anime to ever drop so far, unless they drop more. Hopefully they do drop more. But yeah, absolutely insane. This season has been phenomenal. It has been incredible.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely with you. I'll say the greatest six season anime of all time.
Yes.
Takopi was awesome, incredible stories.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we just have a little bit of pretty much whatever you're into as far as anime. You got romance, you got typical shonens, you got new shonens, you got really creative stuff. Even some great, kind of like thriller, mystery, horror, drama kind of stuff with Hikaru
Yep.
and Takopi. Pretty much anything you check out right now is going to be pretty goated.
Yeah, for real. It's absolutely incredible. So, I don't know about you. I'm stoked each and every week, seeing what's going to happen next, especially with DanDaDan. Oh my god, that fight is going to be phenomenal. Gachiakuta, like, let's go. Let's go. But anyways,
Yes.
guys, we're dropping a ton of stuff. Like I said, tier list coming out next week. We're going to talk about the Netflix exclusives next week. And then, also, pretty fucking soon, another 2B Hero X video. And 2B Hero X has been absolutely lights out. Absolutely lights out. It's
Fire.
incredible, dude. It's so. You know what's crazy? I recently had a bunch of people reaching out to me about 2B Hero X. A bunch of my friends, we all just started watching it because like I'm caught up, but like I'm like I'll watch it with you guys. Fuck yeah! And they're watching it for like the first time. Watched the first couple episodes in a nice arc so far. That was a fun first episode to watch again. Holy, remember that?
Oh yeah,
Bro.
That's a perfect way to get them hooked.
Yeah, bro. They're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, just wait.
Just keep watching. Just keep watching. Yeah, like 6 minutes in, just kills himself. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And then Moon at the end of the first episode, was on the bed just dead. Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Insane first episode. And that's had another buddy right before we started recording being like, yo, like, what's this anime? Why is it fucking awesome? Like, To Be Hero X, it gets even better. Just trust. So I think that that's actually really cool how some of the clips are now starting to, branch out more. We're starting to get better clips too as the season progresses. And I'm hearing the end of the season is fucking incredible. I'm hearing it's like a civil war. Shit gets insane. It's all over the place. A lot of the people from before are coming back. It's coming full circle, which I think is going to be fucking incredible. 2BRX, keep an eye on it. Tell a friend. Make sure you're caught up. It's going to be fucking phenomenal. But that is it, guys. Hope you guys are excited for anime so far. It has been amazing. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And, yeah, that's it. Later, guys. Peace.